I've done just about everything in the food industry. I have helped hundreds of packaged food business entrepreneurs, and now I want to help you make your delicious dream a reality. Whether you want to be successful at farmers markets, online, or wholesale onto store shelves, food business success is your secret ingredient. I will show you how to avoid an expensive hobby and instead run a profitable food business. Now let's jump in. Hey there, welcome back to the podcast. So this one is a continuation of Thoughts on Sales Part 1. I realized it was getting a little long and I thought, well, I actually might want to add some more things as I go along and interview more guests and bring more sales related podcasts to you. And I'm so glad I did because I do. In addition to Grant Cardone and Stacey Bayman, who I talk about in this next section, I also have been recently reading a new book called $100 Million Offers by Alex Hermosi, I want to say. So I'm going to also be referencing a few of the ideas that I have gotten from his book. All right, so let's jump into Thoughts on Sales Part 2. And we're going to first talk about the close and asking for the close, something that's very uncomfortable, something that we don't like to do. You probably just got a little shudder thinking about asking for the sale. All right, here we go. So you have the connection, you have the certainty. Now we got to close the sale. Okay. So how I do this is I paint a picture of it's you as in the person buying, right? It's you, it's me, and then it's us. You are first getting information on the buyer. You're learning about their wants and needs. And then you're tying yourself in. So many of you guys just want to lead with the product, right? That it's all about this is an amazing product. But it's not about you or the product. It's about the person. Remember, it's about people first. So learn about them first, then talk about you, and then how we can create a benefit for them in their life. Right? Whether it's just higher sales as a grocery store, or it's like that benefit that they're going to get at home when they go and use your product. This is a big one. You guys need to make an offer. You actually need to create an invitation. You need to invite the person to buy. You actually believe them when they tell you all of their objections and they are selling you instead of you selling them. The sale is lost if you do not at least make an invitation, an offer for them to buy. So if I have an amazing seasoning, I'm at a farmer's market and somebody's telling me all the reasons, well, I already have these other seasonings and I don't cook as often as I should. And I don't have, this seems like too expensive. First of all, agree with them. And then explain all the reasons why. How many would you like? When can I deliver? Right? Like, will that be cash or card? Let's do this right now, right? Make an offer and then shut up. Stop talking, right? Like so many of us, and I have been very guilty of this. I make an offer. I'm like, hey, okay, this is how much it costs to join Food Business Success. And then I just keep talking instead of saying, are you in? And then stop talking, right? I just want to tell them all the reasons why and reiterate. And instead I need to give them time to think, to process. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And what I want to challenge you with is, are you willing to sit in the discomfort? Stay in it. That is where growth happens. That is where the sale happens. Will that be cash or check or charge? And then stop talking. It's the hardest thing to do because you're nervous and you want to keep telling them all the reasons why they should buy. And you don't like silence. practice this ahead of time. Practice making offers to other people, not about your product. And then just practice, stop talking. Stacy had a great quote that I heard the other day, and it's so true. The person who wins, who gets the sale, is the one who sits in discomfort the longest. And I have a good story about this. I recently went up to the mountains for my birthday, and I went up by myself, and I got a hotel room, and I got a really nice place. And it was at like this lodge, and it looked really great. And they gave me a room that was not all what I wanted. It was on the garden floor. It was by the pool. It was really noisy. It was a lot of families. And that was not what I came up for. I came up for like peace and quiet reflection, views, right? That's what I came up for. And I called the front desk and I said, hey, this room is not going to work for me. And I had just heard Stacy say that quote. And I thought, I am just going to be willing to sit in the discomfort of this. And if they say no, I am not accepting that. Like, it's just not something I'm going to agree with, but I'm willing to sit in the discomfort. So of course they said, no, we're sorry, we're sold out, da, da, da. And I said, well, that's just not going to work. What else can you do? And then I stopped talking. And I think we went through 3 or 4 rounds exactly like that, where he tried to tell me all the reasons why he could not move me. I was even willing to pay a little bit more. I was like, listen, if you need to, like, if there's I know I paid a really inexpensive rate, if I need to pay a little bit more. And then I stopped talking. I was like, what else you got for me? I stopped talking. And then still like, nope, sorry, we don't have anything, da, 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 da. And I just said, nope, that's not going to work for me. Go back. I'm sure you can find something. I'm early checking in. I am sure there is a way that we can work this out, but I am not staying here. This is not the room that I am spending my birthday in. And after about the 4th time, I think, he came back and said, all right, I have a room for you. Come to the front desk and get your key. So I will say this is definitely something I am, it is a work in progress. It is practice, but I want you guys to practice on little things that don't have so much, pressure to them, like that big sale with a buyer, right? It's going to be a lot easier to do this, to close the deal, if you've already had experience sitting in the discomfort. But in order to even get to discomfort, you have to make an offer and then make an offer again. What's the worst that can happen? They say no. Could you go in for the second offer? Would you be willing to not just be like, okay, they said no. They're like, I heard you. I agree. I hear you. And I still think it would be great on your shelf. When can I bring these by? Be relentless. People want to buy from others who are confident and energetic and believe so much in their product. I want that to be you. So the next thing I want to talk about is coming from Alex's book that I mentioned at the beginning, and that is the offer. So it's great to close, but I really want you to go back and think about your offer. One of the things he wants you to do is really create in your mind, understand what is the dream outcome for your client. And in your case, your client is the buyer, or it is the direct customer, right? Through your website or at a farmer's market. And so are you framing the offer not just in the features? And we've definitely talked about features versus benefits. My interview with Peggy Lyle comes to mind. A lot of times we get stuck in the features. So I do this with my program sometimes, and I'm really trying to change this up. So it might be, you get 9 modules and 2 group calls and the Facebook group that's for members only, et cetera, right? Those are not exciting. No one's paying money for 9 modules. I mean, that's part of what you get, but that's not the juicy offer, right? My offer is that you can launch your business through Food Business Success and have a business in 3 to 6 months. That's a pretty juicy offer, right? If you guys are in that place where you're making something in your home kitchen and you're like, I think I should, I want to, but I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know what I'm doing, all of those things, right? So that is my offer. Or I have my offer with business coaching that we will get you to your next level, right? If it's growing from 10K to 50K in sales, if it's getting a certain number of accounts, if it's getting, a certain number of sales through online or going on to Amazon. So for you, what I see happen is you get lost in the features of your product, right? It could be organic ingredients. It could be keto friendly or low carb. Could be sugar free. It could be real butter, right? or French tradition, that kind of thing. Versus what is the juicy offer, right? What is going to make that buyer or that customer just be like, I gotta have this. This is exactly what I want. And so for a buyer, of course, it's that they have frequent sales with high velocity or turnover, that they're selling through the product quickly, that they have great margins, that it's easy for them to make an order and to get that order restocked, right? So you got to think about that offer and how you're phrasing it, and are you getting them excited? It's not about all the details of your product or the pricing or all of that. They just want to know the product will fly off the shelf and it will be easy to reorder and they are making good money. It's a good partnership, right? And for a direct customer, it might be like, I have a really great client inside Food Business Success now who's doing, French pastries. Actually, I have a couple, so I'll kind of combine them into one, but doing French pastries, right? And so it's not about the technique and the real butter and, the special ingredients or the handmade. It is about how they're going to feel serving this for themselves or for their family, for friends. Like that moment when you can pull this out and put it on the brunch table and people ooh and ah and are like raving about it and just think you threw the most amazing brunch ever. Or you're having this really special experience with your kids, right? That could be another way to describe it. Or if it's more of like a product that's solving a problem, that it's low sugar or keto or low carb, gluten-free, all of those things, right? It's more about painting the picture of like, you can finally enjoy this and love your cookies, love your candy, love your snacks, right? Those kind of things. So painting the picture, what is that juicy offer? And are you really selling that versus the features? So this is a really good exercise to go back and write down what is the dream outcome. I want you to actually get a piece of paper and write down what the dream outcome is for each of your customers. And then what are the obstacles that get in the way of that? What is going to prevent them from buying from you, right? It could be price. It could be that they have to email you separately. So how are you going to make that super easy? Like, no, actually, I'm going to call you or I'm going to come by the store weekly. Remember, you got to like really baby those first couple stores, get the yes. And my interview with Rachel last week was so good about how she gets to a yes and makes offers and closes, right? So that has so many great ideas and tips in there. But write down each of the obstacles that you see coming up. And of course, if it's price, well, people buy outside of their budget all the time if you can sell them on the dream outcome. I mean, I've said this in this part 1, but we buy $8 lattes and we buy we rent very expensive hotel rooms or, do things that are outside of our budget all the time. But it's because we believe that we're going to get so much value from it. So you can overcome the price issue for sure, right? It's at a green. Yep. Yeah, it is high price. And here's why it's so amazing. Here's the feeling you're going to have from it, right? Imagine yourself XYZ. Or, I love it. Farmers markets doing like punch cards. Like, yeah, but you buy 10 and you get one free, or, you are going to be amazed when you are sitting in traffic and you're hungry and angry and you're looking for that low carb snack. And here it is, right? We're solving your problems. So this is just a great opportunity for me to just kind of come in about, making the clothes and talking about that, but then also like just spend a little more time. Like, is your offer juicy enough? Are you selling water to thirsty people, right? Like we buy $2 water at baseball games and football games and events when we could get tap water for free. And you don't need to sell to people who aren't thirsty, right? If you think about somebody who's been in the wandering around the desert, like how much would they pay for a bottle of water? A lot, versus somebody who is well hydrated, doesn't need another bottle of water, right? So go find the people who are thirsty and give them that, thirst quenching, life altering offer. And that is how you sell, my friends. So this just takes practice, and we practice inside Food Business Success. If you guys want to practice with me on a group call, I would love that. I have reworked Food Business Success. Here's my offer to get you to launch in 3 to 6 months with a very low. I have totally reworked the program to offer it to be much more affordable, to offer a monthly membership rate. And inside you get all of the modules, all of the tools, all of the resources, plus you get our 2 group calls a month where you get access to me. And you get the private Facebook group that's just for members inside Food Business Success, so that you can ask questions 24/7, and me or Dina, my staff, will get back to you within 24 hours and help you keep going, right? I don't want you to get stuck. I want to keep you moving in your business. If you're feeling that nudge, like maybe I could, what if this is possible for me? Then I don't know of any other program out there that is helping just an idea folks. And that is what I am all about. That's who I want to serve in Food Business Success. If you already have a product and you want to get to the next level, then business coaching is for you. So you'll see when you go to the website, it's been rearranged a little bit. I'm really excited about this, and I hope you are too. So go check it out, fill out an application for either program, depending on where you're at. My message just feels like it's so much clearer about who I'm talking to, right? We got to know who we're talking to. That's what I tell you guys all the time. Thank you for being here today, for listening to my thoughts on sales and some of the great tips and thoughts that will serve you well, and things to practice, exercises to do. And again, this is just about practice and getting more comfortable with it. But you got to go do the hard thing. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to ask for the offer and then stop talking, right? And sit in discomfort. And I love that Rachel talked about that last week too. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you this week. Until next time, have an amazing week. Are you ready to start that delicious idea that you make in your home kitchen, or grow your existing packaged food business and take it to the next level? the most successful food business entrepreneurs have support, guidance, focus, and accountability to help them make it happen quickly without wasting time or money. Plus, I think starting your packaged food business should actually be fun. Food business success is your secret ingredient to creating your food business dream. Please don't go this alone. Check out the private free Food Business Success Facebook group to connect with other foodpreneurs, get your questions answered quickly, share your wins, and receive special training and tools I only share inside the private community. Just search for Food Business Success on Facebook or get the link in the show notes. Curious about how Food Business Success can help you? Head over to foodbizsuccess.com and fill out the application to see if you're a great fit for the program. Together, let's make your food business dream a reality.